Good morning. Good morning. Uh, we give a little bit of time for people to log in this morning. Let my tea seep. Oh. No way. Okay, so morning, Rob. Rob, I am just reading the message you sent me. So apparently Fred Ward died. Holy fuck. That's very unfortunate. That was wow. So let's see. This was what, May 8th? So that was last week, 5 days ago. So holy cow. Well, Fred, wow, that's, I mean, I'm not going to shed a bunch of tears, but that's kind of a shocker. I mean, Fred is that, he played, he did a bunch of movies. I always saw him as that great supporting actor. I think he may have had like one or two, maybe three, and I could totally be wrong, but he always had those. He had a few movies that were like he was the main guy. Like that's why you were watching the movie. But and he did a bunch. Yeah. So just kind of that kind of blows me away. So, oh geez. Okay. So I am really tired this morning. I am so tired that I actually did worse on my push-ups this morning than I did on Wednesday. So, Harvey, how you doing? Did you know that Fred Ward died, Harv? Seriously, this dude, he passed away last week. Like, yeah, totally blew me away. So, yeah, today I kind of sucked. I did 9 less than I did on Wednesday. I got through the 4 main sets, and then that last set that where I'm supposed to try and get 45 out, I just couldn't. It took me everything in me, and I only got 23 of 45, where on Wednesday I did 32. So I guess I will be repeating day 5 or day 3 of week 5. Either I might try it tomorrow. I was up late last night. This is my excuses. I was up late last night. My back hurts. I'm physically exhausted. Oh yeah. Why did I not even think of it? Yeah, Remo Williams. That's it. I was trying to think because I knew there was one where he was the big name guy there. But anyway, so I just could not, just couldn't do it this morning. I do have my tea, and I did take a shower, so I don't stink. Not that you guys could smell me, but there has been this meme that's been going around that it starts out as you can't smell a picture, and then the picture is basically an open rear differential with milky gear fluid. Yeah, you can totally smell that picture. Anyway, but my hair's getting longer. I got to cut my hair. I'm sorry if I'm complaining this morning. I'm frustrated that I wasn't able to get out my push-ups like I wanted this morning. So just a little bit cranky. My brain is not there this morning. So I finished recording yesterday with Rob for his radio show, our little nerdy thing. We were actually going to cover both episodes of Strange New Worlds, but we really only covered the first one. But that's okay. It was, I don't know how many hours of us, I think easily between Picard, Halo, and Strange New Worlds, there's probably a good 2 hours of nerding out or more. So Rob, if you could do me a favor and post the link in the chat here so people can go listen to that. It's going to air later on this evening. So, the show itself is 3 hours long. Normally it's 2, if that tells you anything. So, yes, we totally nerded out. Oh. So anyway, it was good. Of course I rewatched episode 2 with my wife. My daughter was asleep, but we watched the second episode again last night. It was funny because she's like, I don't know if I like her as Uhura. And I'm like, she's like, she just isn't playing it right. And I'm like, yeah, but this is Uhura as a cadet. Like, cadets are supposed to be timid. Cadets are supposed to be, they're like, no matter how much energy and gusto they have, like, I want to go save the world. Yeah, on that first away mission, as a cadet with senior officers, somewhere brand new. Yeah, they're gonna make mistakes. They're gonna be self-conscious. Yeah. So I totally, I thought she was great. And like I was telling Rob yesterday, I know that actress is, I believe she's a stage actress. So I believe that she can actually sing like Nichelle Nichols, like Nichelle Nichols can sing. But I'm really hoping what they had in the episode was not a dub over, because Uhura sings. Oh, spoilers! Sorry. Not like you think. It's actually not kind of like that side thing like in Charlie X, where she's doing the little dance and Spock is playing his little guitar, Vulcan guitar, but it's very centric to the story. Yeah, so that was a teary eye for Mish. So let's see. Yeah. Yeah, my brain just isn't with it today. Oh, so I did a thing. I shared this with Rob, and I think Rob is still the only one actually watching right now, but that's okay because I get a lot of rewatches. If I can bring this up, I will show you what I did. So I will get to reveal it at some point. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, I'm going to try and talk and do this at the same time, but it's just not going to work. Yeah, it'll be a surprise. Well, yeah, it'll be a surprise. I'm not really prepared. So today's Friday, May 12th. No, shit. Today is Friday the 13th. Why did I put the 12th in the, oh shit. Well, not that I'm superstitious or anything, but I don't know. Everything is connecting the dots right now. My buddy Mike, I have a buddy Mike. He loves Friday the 13th. That is like not just the movies, but the day. Like he's all about it. Mike is a little weird. That's okay. So yesterday I was online and I can't remember exactly what I was doing because I try and be school productive when I do stuff, but it is what it is. But I saw a Dan Anderson posted a little live video that we did. Oh shit, what was it? Anyway, he posted a little video saying that today he was going to be in Chehalis, Washington at I can't even remember the name of the school. It is I think it's called Heritage Kung Fu and Tai Chi, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, so he's doing a 2-hour seminar up in Chehalis. It's about an hour away from me, north. So if anybody is in the area of Chehalis and wants to go, Chehalis and Centralia are roughly kind of fall right in the middle of Washington along the I-5 corridor. So, so depending on traffic, it's roughly an hour either way. So, or at least not, well, that's wrong. That was wrong. It is central, not time-wise, but mile-wise. It's kind of halfway between, say, Vancouver and Seattle. That's more accurate. So depending on traffic, for me, it would be roughly, just because I'm already in Vancouver, it would be about just a little over an hour. Anyway, so he's going to be there from 6 to 8. So if anybody's in the area, if anybody's watching this, 68 Pacific, the address is 249 Northeast Chehalis Avenue in Chehalis, Washington. Starts at 6, ends at 8. He didn't give a price. He gave me my price. I don't know if it's everybody else's price, so I'm not going to share that. But it might be everybody else's price. So I don't want to feel like I'm special or anything like that. But but it's not free for me. I actually have to pay money. So, but I don't know if I'm getting a special discount or not. Let's see. Shoot, I'm just out of it today. But oh, okay. So check this out. Survivor fan watching Survivor 42, and probably one of the best episodes I've seen so far. Now, with episode, if anybody's ever seen a Survivor at all, generally there's a 46-day commitment to any of the players because it's usually a 39-day game. Season 41 and 42 are, I think, 26-day games, which is kind of sad. Like, why, what's going on there? So doing the math, when you do the math, it's like, okay, well, it is Fiji. It is another country. They did actually film these last year. So it is one of those where if there's a 46-day commitment, then you have the 26 days plus, say, a 14-day quarantine. And then, so then there's, the flight time back and forth and all that kind of stuff. So I get why it is like that. And so they have changed the game since, and the first season, or I'd say season 41, was very wokey. It just, I really didn't like any of the people that they had on there. Some of the changes, like they made it a point. So this is one thing that Rob and I kind of talked about in relationship to Star Trek, is that, and Rob had mentioned something yesterday that kind of stuck with me, is that Star Trek itself, and I will get back to the whole Survivor thing. It is connected, trust me. Star Trek it's a woke show. It's always been a woke show. Even in the 60s, it was a woke show. But the difference between Star Trek, like real Star Trek woke, and yes, there is kind of a difference between today's Star Trek, not Strange New Worlds. That's getting back to the old Star Trek, but the way people write Star Trek for, say, Discovery right now, and maybe even a little bit for Picard season 1, versus older Star Trek. And in older Star Trek, I would include original series, Next Generation, DS9, Enterprise, that yes, they are all woke, but they are not they are subtle woke. Like, they tell a story, they tell a story, and you either get the message or you don't. With a lot of Discovery I see, and some of the other stuff, is that it is, and a lot of these other shows, they are more wokey woke. And I can't remember if Rob, if you can remember the term you used, it's escaping me right now, but for right now, I will call it wokey woke, because there's a message here and we're going to shove it down your fucking throat until you get it. That's what I don't like. That's kind of how season 41 was of whatchamacallit. And it wasn't that there was a message and they were shoving it down our throat. It was, we are going to be over obvious with our wokeness. Okay. And I get it. We are going through a whole big culture change here. And it is what it is. So, I don't know. It for example, what was it? It was, I can't remember what season it was, but it was, Gen X versus millennials. Okay. We actually ended up having, don't you hate it when that happens, when you come up with something on the fly and then you can't remember the term? It was a good term. It made a lot of sense. So I guess people will have to watch your radio show to get the term, or maybe they won't be listening for it, but anyway. But there was somebody who was trans on there, and it was just like, okay. Like, there was kind of controversy of how the information of this person who was trans came out, but that's not connected to, like, it's like, oh, you're trans. Okay, cool. But in like season 41, it was very much like, oh my God, like, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And we're going to change some names. Oh, we're going to go, hey, come on in, guys. But we're not going to use the term guys anymore, because, guys is centric to men. No, guys is centric to just everybody. Yes, you can look at it as a term of, it could be looked at that way. But in general terms, it's just like, hey guys, how you doing? Like, it's if you take it too literal, yes, you can be offended by it. But if you just take it for the word of how it's used, like, dude, I don't. Anyway, so but season 41, I haven't gotten that. There was an episode that it was pointed out that more black people make it onto the jury or are voted out early than white people, and but it was kind of one of those. It was mentioned, it was talked about, there was concern, and then it was just over. Like they didn't like beat it to death. And it was a good observation. I mean, the people who talked about it weren't wrong. Now, let's just say season 41. Oh my God. That was like BLM on the island. Like, and not BLM in a good sense, like BLM on a bad sense. Like 41 was a fucking like wreck. So, but anyway, so last night's episode, or Wednesday's episode, I should say, I watched it last night. Fantastic episode. It was a total blindside on Drea, and Drea had power. Like she had an extra vote. She had an immunity idol. She had an advantage where she could ask somebody if they had an idol, and if they had an idol, they had to give him to her. Or if they had an advantage, they had the advantage would go away. Like she had power, and they totally took her out. It was, and it wasn't just the blind side that was awesome. It was her reaction to it. It wasn't just, fuck, I lost. Fuck you guys. I hate all you. I can't believe it. She's like, oh man, you got me. You got me. Like it was true, good sportsmanship, good competitiveness. Like, I mean, there were hugs all the way around, and she's like, man, that was awesome. Like she says, I went out fighting, but I mean, you guys got me. Like it was such a joy to watch. And it was really kind of came down to it that it was good competition. It was great sportsmanship in a great game. And everybody, yeah, it's just a game. Yeah, we're playing for $1 million, but it's just a game. And so it was, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Now, for those of you who may or may not know, I applied to Survivor long ago, and then reapplied just this last year, or the previous year. So if I applied, I would have been probably going into season 42 or 43 potentially, because I think that's what they are filming now. Of course I didn't make it. I would love to, I want to reapply until I get on the show. Just facts. But I have the school that I have to worry about, that if I disappear for 46 days, the school will die. So I can't reapply until I get the right people in the right positions to be able to at least, not necessarily continue the school growing, but at least keep it like nobody's leaving and everybody is getting served the way they need to be served, as far as training and all that kind of stuff. So until I have that in place, I cannot reapply for Survivor. So unfortunately, that's just kind of a thing. It's kind of killing me that I can't do that, but life has its priorities. But it's funny because when they say, reapply every year, that if, and of course they're looking for characters, they're looking for people who are interesting. And like Gary Vee says, maybe your shit just isn't interesting. That's sometimes I tell myself about some of the stuff that I do. It's like, I'm not frustrated that I don't have followers. I'm not consistent enough on social media that I don't have followers. I don't know actually, I do know when the last time I shot a Q Show Corner episode. It was in September in Indiana. And I still have those episodes. I have never aired those episodes. So, so that's consistent for you. I started TikTok. I actually, dude, like my second or third video, I have like 4,500 views on it. And I know that's not a lot, but that's a lot for me for having just a couple of videos on there. And it was just, I can't even remember what I was doing. Oh, I was flipping and twirling trainer. I'm not looking to get internet famous, but it's, but you find that the people who do, they are interesting. Like they're doing something that people either find, funny or stupid or inspiring or whatever. So sometimes, and not to discourage myself, but sometimes I just go, maybe my shit just isn't interesting. I mean, I do have a small following, and they're mainly just my friends, and I appreciate all of the support that I get. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate all of the support. I appreciate all my friends. I love all my friends. But I don't know. It's funny. And then like Harvey will tell me, be like, dude, you're more important than you think you are. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not. If I was more important than I thought I was, I'd be a fucking millionaire because people would be buying my books and training with me. So no, I'm not as important I'm not as famous or important as I think, or as I am not more important or famous than I think I am. I think I got that out right. I don't know. I did watch the new episode of Halo. Well, I think it was episode 8. So we have like 2 episodes left. Holy cow. Like, what a way to end that episode. So I'm not going to give any spoilers. If you guys haven't watched Halo, you got to watch Halo. It's actually really, really good. What the hell? Oh, no. Why did I even go? My kids are being stupid. Let's see. Checking in from the most magical place on earth. Gerald, how are you doing, my friend? Yeah. So, episode 9 and 10, I really like. The show has really been very consistent. Not like no episode really blew me away, but for me, it's just been just this slow, constant, like, oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, that's kind of cool. But now it's kind of building up to the end, as opposed to Picard, which every single episode was like fucking amazing. And then we had episode 9, and that was okay. Depending on your mindset, like, Rob thinks that it's a rushed episode. I totally see that point, but I don't really, I don't know. And then you've got, and then you've just got what I totally agree with Rob on is that episode 10 is just an epilogue. Like they tie everything up in the first 15 minutes, and then the other, like, I don't know, 30 minutes, 40 minutes is just them doing fluff. I don't, yeah. So, but Halo's good. I have enjoyed watching it. So, let's see. We talked Survivor. We talked a bit of Halo. Uhura Sings and Voyager. Let's talk a little bit of Voyager. Didn't actually. Okay, so in the hour and a half that I talked yesterday, that's what kind of blew me away. Is that we started off and then boom, do people see this is that Not that I don't enjoy doing this every day, because I actually do. I get to, chat with people I don't see on a regular basis in real, and I just get to fucking blabber and drink my tea. But yesterday, I don't know how I got on whatever rant, but we had a lot of people come in, and that was great. Had some new viewers and had some great conversation. Yes, an hour and a half. Okay, so off on that. But so I didn't even get to my Voyager stuff. So if we so where we last left off, Young dude, how's it going? You missed me not having any energy. I have a little bit more energy now. My brain just was not working a little bit ago. Maybe it's a little bit of tea that was helping out. So let's see. So yesterday we didn't talk about worst case scenario or the season finale and season finale of 3 and the premiere of 4, Scorpion. So worst case scenario is that was an episode where it starts out like all of a sudden Chakotay is taking over the Enterprise, taking over Voyager, and you're just like, and Seska is there, and you're like, what is going on? And then you find out it's a holo program that B'Elanna found. And so then it becomes kind of popular, and they find out that Tuvok actually wrote the program as a training program in case the Maquis tried to take over Voyager. So it's good setup. And then, of course, it's like, okay, well, it just ended. He stopped programming it because at one point he's just like, okay, well, actually, the fear of them, or the possibility of them taking over Voyager, went away because everybody started getting along and all that kind of stuff. So he's just like, as a security officer, I don't think I need to finish it. But everyone's like, but we need a finishing of the story. So of course, every Paris takes on that role. Everybody has their what they want to do, and Tuvok is like, dude, you guys are fucking with my show, like really, like it's my program. So he and Paris go onto the holodeck, open up the program, and boom, who's there but Seska, or a representation of Seska, who is like, guess what? I found your program, and guess what? I booby trapped it. And so it's them getting out of the booby trap. So that was kind of a fun episode. I enjoyed rewatching that because honestly, like I said before, sometimes these episodes I don't remember. Like I haven't watched these shows like with the original series, where I've watched the episodes like hundreds of times each, and almost like Star Trek 2, where I could just sit there and I know all the lines to the movies and shows. Voyager in real, I've only watched it a few times. So it's so some of these episodes where I'm like, oh shit, that happened. This was actually kind of an entertaining episode. I really enjoyed it. So, and then Scorpion Part 1 and Part 2, because that was on the 11th. That's just because it was what do you call it? That's because it was a 3-episode day, because we had a Part 1 and Part 2. That's where we run into the Borg. That's where we're introduced to species 8. Shoot. 8675309. I can't remember the name, but anyway, it's the species from the fluidic universe, and that the Borg picked on and then realized, oh crap, these guys can beat our ass. So I want to say it's 88467. I'm not even going to try anymore. 8675309, species 8675309. That's what we're going to call the episode, or call that species. But we also get to meet 7 of 9. So this is how the story of their true, real first interaction with a Borg in the Delta Quadrant, and we get 7 and 9. And of course, part 2 ends with 7 of 9 with her blonde hair and that really tight silver outfit. And I know I'm a dirty old man. And Jeri Ryan, no matter if she's in her 20s or in her 50s, which I think she's in her 50s because she was young. And hell, she might even be up almost near her 60s. She's still fucking hot. Okay. But I don't remember going, ooh, a Borg with big boobs and tight silver outfit. I don't ever remember that. And so, and I know that, you know, they brought her on and there was, to try and get that, what is it? Try to get her on and try and basically have sex appeal for the show. Okay. I know this is, it's 8472. I got the first 2 numbers right. All right. Hey, Young, thank you for checking in. Yes, I saw you are moving. So have fun moving. I do not envy you at all. Yeah. And Jeri Ryan, like some of these Star Trek women, they age really, really well. Like Gates McFadden or Fadden or however you pronounce her last name, dude, she's kind of hot for an old lady. So anyway, we'll get back on this, but I don't remember. I don't remember her. I don't remember being all excited that there was some hot chick. I just go, oh yeah, okay. But I do know that the show brought her on for sex appeal, and maybe that was to, hey Bill, maybe that was to try and get more viewers. I don't know. It was the 90s. But yeah, I don't know. So, and then, okay. So we'll stop with that. So the next episode is The Gift. So this is probably one of the greatest episodes ever of DS9, or not DS9, of Voyager. And I'll tell you why. Because Kes goes bye-bye. Like, we don't fucking have to see her. I think we see her like once again in the future, maybe twice, but we don't get to see her on a weekly basis. Yes. Oh my God. Fucking Gerald. Oh. No, I probably wouldn't put it here. Please assimilate me. But yeah, y'all know I'm not a fan of Kes. I'm sure the actress is fine, but the character is dumber than shit. Just like just an annoying character. And I can kind of see why they got away from her. You know, and I think it was one of those where, in reading different articles over the years or hearing different rumors, it was like, okay, well, are they going to get rid of Harry Kim, or is she going to go? And I don't know, like, if it was just decided that she was going to go over Kim or what. But of course, you know, they have to replace the character with something. So, yeah. And okay, and here's a question. If, say, Harry Kim eventually died of something, okay, because technically, if they had not figured out how, you know, he potentially could have died in Scorpion because he had the little tentacles and all that kind of stuff growing on him. And so he actually could have been the one that died. Who would be the one character that would get shit on the most and like get beat up and kidnapped and anal probed and all that kind of stuff? Because Harry is that character. They don't do him enough justice, but who would take on that role? I don't know. And then let's see. So the other one is the Day of Honor. So this is kind of, there's kind of a lot of plots going on in this one. This is Voyager comes upon space transients and who end up stealing the warp core only because they had to expel it from the starship. And then basically blackmail them back and be like, hey. So I don't know. All right, Gerald. See y'all later, or see you later. Take it easy. Yeah. So, yeah, the whole space transient movie or episode. Now, the reason it's called Day of Honor and not Space Transient is because it's really supposed to be revolving around B'Elanna Torres and her Klingon heritage of Warrior Day or whatever. And so her trying to reconnect with her Klingon self. And where she starts it, she's like, yeah, I just don't know if I really want to do it. And then she does it. And then she's like, fuck this. And she leaves. And then she said, then she tells, because she and Paris just end up in spacesuits, floating in space because they went to try and retrieve the warp core as it was being stolen by the space transients. And as they're running out of air, she tells Paris that he loves, or that she loves him. So as they have been kind of, bickering back and forth, this is, I love you. And he doesn't tell her he loves her in response. So I thought that was kind of funny. Such a dude. Yeah. And then for today, I already watched. So today's shows are basically a episode called Nemesis and Revolution. So Nemesis, I watched Nemesis yesterday. And I'm going to talk about it because I'm not going to be on the show tomorrow because I have a weekend. So less to talk about. Well, we'll have probably more to talk about on Monday, but anyway, Nemesis is, Chakotay basically gets, found / kidnapped by this militant group and then reprogrammed to hate this other race. And then I actually didn't watch the next episode. It's not Revolution, it's Revolution. But I believe by watching like the first little bit, I think this is the episode where a hollow character, or a hollow character, I guess I'll do, a hollow character on another ship actually becomes psychotic and kills its crew. And Voyager comes to it, finds it, and then because of whatever they send the doctor over. So I could be wrong, but I saw it and was like, ooh, maybe it's this one. So anyway, oh, and then on Saturday we have the episode The Raven, which is, we learn, I believe, is a little bit more. I think that's the episode where we learn about Seven of Nine's beginning and her being and her actual abduction and assimilation when she was a kid. So that's coming up on Saturday. And on Saturday, my buddy Uriel is, wait a minute. Are you that much younger than me? Oh my gosh. Okay. So my buddy Uriel, he popped on a couple days ago. Anyway, his birthday's on Saturday. He's turning 40. 40. He is 10 years younger than me. Holy shnikes. All right. Well, it is what it is. It sucks being the oldest guy in the room. I'd ask Young about that, but he's already left the room. That was a bad joke. And then let's see what else is coming up on our weekend. Oh yeah, my wife turns 50, and I'm throwing her a surprise party. I also have my buddy Tony. So good friend of mine. I don't see him as often as I'd like, but he is actually the only real friend that I had in high school that I still stay in touch with, or at least we're friends on Facebook. I've had more interaction with him over the years than I have had with any of my other friends, even my own best man. So it is what it is. But his birthday is also on the 15th. So, and then I don't know how old she is. It says 27 on one of her things. I don't know why she's in there twice. It says that she's 27, which I think is that information is coming from Facebook or something, or I don't know, but Val is not 27. She may have been 27 when I was bouncing with her, but she was not. Anyway, so her birthday is also on the 15th. So anyway, so we have lots of birthdays coming up this weekend. It is 3 weeks away from my birthday seminar. So I'm looking forward to that. 3 weeks. It's happening in 3 weeks. And then 2 weeks from now, we have Bobby Strope and Francis Serrano. He's going to be down in Salem. We got Danny up in Centralia tonight. We got 61 days, I think, until Bram's birthday camp. We got a lot going on, and it's going to be freaking fun. Okay, so just really quick before I get out of here, and in fact, I still have tea, so technically, like, I can actually put the tea down. You can actually hear it go down. Let me scroll through, see if okay. So when we were talking about Harry Kim, yes, Harry Kim was every red shirt rolled into one underdeveloped character. Yes, I would agree with that. Let's see. I don't know if I shared this one. Gates with the gray hair or the gray streak in her hair is more than she was on TNG. Can't tell you why, but damn. Oh yeah. Like the when I saw her with that gray streak, I was like, oh, for a white chick, she's pretty hot. Let's see. I already think. Okay. So I don't know if I shared this specific one or not, but MS or MTRSradio.com tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern. And is that what, at 4 p.m. Eastern, or with a replay on Sunday at 1 p.m., 12 p.m. standard, 12 p.m. whatever. I'm not even trying to read that. You guys can read it. Anyway, so if it's 6 p.m. Eastern time or 7 p.m. Eastern time, oh, I get it. I'm just so dumbed right now. 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific. I think that's what it is. With a replay on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central, and then 10 a.m. Pacific. So go on there. You can listen to Rob play some music, and then us nerd out for probably 2-ish hours of fun. So all right. Yes, I caught that. Thank you. So anyway, so you can go to that. I'm amazed that it's actually kind of sunny out right now because it's supposed to start raining later. I think I might actually go out and mow the lawn because it needs to be mowed. I don't like to mow it when it's raining or like right after it's rained. And I just didn't have time the other day to get out there when it actually, I let it dry out a little bit, but I don't know. It's looking kind of ragged. So probably going to get out there. Going to go up and see Danny tonight. Anyway, so I think that's really all the news is fit to print right now, to quote my buddy Dan. Thank you all for tuning in. And as you would come in or come out or whatever, I appreciate the conversation. Drinking my tea. Now it's cold. But anyway, so there you go. Have fun. Peace out. Be safe. What was it? What I used to like to say at the end of safety huddles at work is be safe, make good choices. So anyway, peace out, live long and prosper, and I will see you on Monday morning.